What's up, everyone? So I was moved to make a video today, and I'm just gonna add this card. This card has been sitting out for a while, but anyway, I'm moved to use this deck, which I haven't used in a while. It's a Mystical Shaman Oracle. So we'll see. Okay, we got one pretty quick. The Rainmaker, number 42, and I feel like this one wants to come out too. Ooh, the Crow. That's 13. So 42 and 13. 13 is about transformation, endings, like Pachamama. All right, let's see what these are. The Rainmaker. Okay. Okay, the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker is the master of manifestation who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from the heavens, and all that is dormant in the fields and in the people's hearts springs to life again. The invitation. The Rainmaker is calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Be sure you work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Put all your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. Ooh, that's the medicine. Recognize how you are co-creating your world. Nothing is happening out there without your involvement. Remember that the world is only mirroring back to you the condition of your love and your intent. So change these within before you take any action. Do not take life personally. Dang, that was a deep one. All right. So okay, the Crow. Crow is the keeper of universal law, the law of truth. Crow teaches us to walk our talk, to find congruence between who we say we are and who we really know ourselves to be. This winged one insists that we speak truth, that we create truth instead of searching for it, and that we bring truth to every situation we find ourselves in. When you speak the truth and practice truth, eventually everything you say becomes true. Your power to co-create with truth is the universal law. Correct what is untrue in your life without judgment. Let the truth set you free. Be true to your word. Crow arrives just as we have convinced ourselves that what we are doing is right and justified. And while this may be the case in the realm of relative truth, in the higher realm of absolute truth, it is not. Look deeply into your heart and remain alert, lest you convince yourself of something that isn't deeply true for you, or perhaps is not the highest truth. Do not seduce yourself with illusions. Dang, okay. And then the last one. Pachamama represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children, including the stones, the plants, the animals, and humans. She is the goddess of earth, also known as Gaia, who pervades all creations in our planet. Thanks to Pachamama, our timeless soul can experience life in a biological body. The joy and pain we taste during our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Pachamama. You are a child of the earth. Now is the time to eat right, love right, and be joyous, regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. Be grateful for your life, your body, and all that nourishes you. Pachamama invites you to relish each breath, embrace your joy and your pain equally, and discover love through both. Oh my God, this is making me cry. Let Pachamama know how much you appreciate all her blessings with an act of service such as planting a tree, helping save an endangered species, or protecting the ocean. You still believe that you have been cast out of the Garden of Eden, that you are motherless and homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive or thrive. It is time to stop suffering. Let go of that old myth and realize you were given the garden to rejoice in and to become its steward. Your melancholy is really a longing to return to the heart of Pachamama. Listen deeply to the mother who is always there for you. Walk in beauty and honor all life. Okay, I'm really drawn to the fours, like 42, there's 4, 3 and 1 equals 4, and then 4, okay? Fours are about stability, foundation, okay? I'm hearing grace and essence, okay? So these were pretty profound cards. And, you know, just over the last couple of days, there's a lot of stuff going on within the skies, with our activations, the regenerating of our DNA. It's all happening to help us to align to our truth, okay? Just like this crow here, okay? And I know for me that I have to be true to myself. And when I'm hiding how I truly feel, I can feel like I'm going to explode, you know? But there have been times in my life where I've been afraid to actually say what I want to say or do what I want to do because, you know, I've been afraid of how other people would handle it. I know that I've like dulled my shine, you know, because I knew because I pick up on people's, it's so easy for me to just to know how somebody's feeling, like instantly, and or what they're thinking, you know. And recently I've had to really accept within myself that I am not who I once was. And as much as it pains me to let go of certain aspects of myself, because in letting go of these aspects of myself, which just really don't work for me anymore, like they just don't feel right whatsoever, it's also meant that I've had to let go of people or the way that I relate to certain people in my life, whether they stay somewhere, you know, only energetically connected to me, or whether I'm seeing them on a daily basis. The way that I show up to them and interact with them is different, you know, and I have to do that to protect who I am, learning how to love people, some people from a distance, you know. And I know that a lot of these people, they miss the old me. And I'm not saying like laughing because like I think that's funny. It's just sometimes I laugh when it hits me so deep. there are people, and I'm sharing this in hopes that you can put what we just read into perspective into your own life, and to help you, because I know that for a long time, like I'm saying, like years, I've had a lot of guilt about completely letting go or completely changing the dynamic of my relationship with these people, because and I'm talking about like family, friends, the way that I show up, at work, or just, even on here, you know what I'm saying? So I honestly feel I've been going through my life and pushing through these lessons to continue to just like understand myself, to grow a deeper bond with my higher being connections, God, the universe, Mother Earth. And the only way that I know how to do that is to be true to myself, one day at a time, in this moment. That's why I've been telling you guys this stuff, the whole look down at your feet, when you get anxious, when you get overwhelmed with life, because life can show up and feel overwhelming, and you can go through it very chaotically and reactively, but you don't have to. Yes, does it take a lot of practice, or it takes daily discipline. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. No, yeah, 1 step back. What is it? No, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back is still moving forward. It's being okay with doing something 100, 150, 100,000, a million times, and then only to finally understand the process, or why it's happening. It takes what it takes. You do what you do until you know better. And when you know better, you do better. And it's as simple as that. I am not who I once was. I am not who I was even when I woke up this morning. We're constantly changing, all of us. And there's no need to, but I feel like we're constantly changing, determined on which decision we make, through the circumstances, what we choose to react to, what we choose to take action on, whether we sit still, whether, this is why it's so important to listen to yourself, listen to your heart, take the time to be with nature, to be with yourself, to know who you are, to experience the things that bring you happiness. If you're surrounded by people that just make you miserable every day, whose fault is that? And maybe you feel like you're stuck, but it's like you could find joy. I'm saying I have found joy being in places where I was like, I knew it was not the place for me, but I could still find joy in knowing that every day I was saving $1 towards being able to go somewhere else. So gratitude, I will always speak about. It is just a living, breathing attitude. I have it. And when I'm not there, I write to myself. I write it out until I feel it again. And that takes practice too. Give yourself a break for where you're at. Every day isn't going to be fucking rainbows and sunshine. It's just not. But still, you can find the gratitude in it. There's always been, for me anyway, a method to the madness of God or the universe. I don't feel like in the moment we're always meant to understand why things are the way they are. I feel like these moments that have happened have been to teach me how to not waver from my faith. That I haven't been brought all this way just to be brought all this way. And to share that no matter where you are, it's the most perfect space. Like you're right where you're meant to be. You can move through your day and choose not to see the sun or the beauty within it, you know, the world around you. Or you can choose to smile and say hi to strangers, you know, and you can still be this person but have boundaries. You know, that's a whole nother subject, but I also feel like this is, you know, part of why I am not who I used to be. I've lived a life without boundaries, and I've learned how to set them. I know my worth today. I know what's not worth settling for. I know that if I want to show up as a friend, I can show up as a friend. And I love myself enough to walk away from situations that or I'm learning, you know, like I'm learning how to set boundaries with the people that I love the most. That's where it's been the hardest, you know, and to not be angry at their rejection or their own response to my boundary. And that's been a process in itself, you know, to get to a place where you can love somebody anyway, but you can love somebody compassionately and still not let them take from you your peace of mind, you know? And I don't know, that's just like where I'm at in my space of learning today. And it's a beautiful thing. And this is why when we're going through these tumultuous times, it's like you have to love them too. Or I've learned to love them too. Somebody told me a long time ago, ask for the lesson. Ask to be shown the lesson. Because the sooner you learn the lesson, the sooner whatever craziness that's going on will stop. And then it's up to you whether or not you return there again, you know? The Rainmaker. Remember? Well, tell me to just read that beginning really quick again. Alright, so this says, the Rainmaker is the master of manifestation who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from heavens, and all that is dormant in the fields and in the people's hearts spring to life again. The Rainmaker is calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Be sure you work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. Now. What's happening now? Be who you are now. Show up how you want to be as the person you are right now. The person that I am forgives. And just because I forgive you and just because I love you doesn't mean you get to own me or my mindset. But what feels right for you? What feels right for you? How do you want to treat people? What do you want to say to people? How do you want to show up? What feels right for you? If it feels right for you to be an asshole, then be an asshole. If it feels right for you to be loving kindness, then be loving kindness without guilt. Boundaries aren't a bad thing, you know? The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Pull all your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. Recognize how you are co-creating your world. Nothing is happening out there without your involvement. What kind of world do you want to live in? You are literally creating it every single day. You can either choose to see what shines, or you can focus on everything that's fucking terrible. Terrible. That doesn't mean that like terrible things aren't going to still happen, or bad things aren't still going to happen, or things that make you upset aren't going to happen. But you can choose to focus on those horrible things and just continue to see only horrible things. Or you can focus on all the good things that are happening in your life and be grateful for the good things, because that's what's going to move you through these rough patches. Remember that the world is only mirroring back to you the condition of your love and your intent. So change these within before you take any action. Do not take life personally. Life is not happening to you. It's happening for you. If things are changing, let them change. Be the calm within the storm. Anchor yourself. Get grounded. Trust where you're being headed. Trust what you're being guided to do, what you're being guided to say. This is not the time to hold back. This is not the time to doubt. It's the time to live. It's the time to believe. It's the time for beautiful change. I love you guys. If anyone's willing to work with, or wanting to work with me, all my information is in the description box. Can't talk. I love you so much, and have an amazing day.